I'm Joe Madureira. I'm the creative director at Vigil Games. When we started working on Darksiders, we knew we wanted it to really feel epic. You play as War, one of the four horsemen. This war comes to Earth and wipes out humanity. Nobody really knows what he's doing there. Even he's not quite sure.
What in heaven's name have you done?
There's a conspiracy between heaven and hell.
I answer the call.
It all gets pinned on him, and he gets imprisoned for 100 years, and he's given the chance to come back to prove his innocence.
Send me back. I will punish the ones responsible.
It takes place on Earth. Now there's angels and demons all over the place. Heaven and hell. It doesn't really get more epic than that. It's good and evil, literally. War is just a complete badass. I mean, he has got his sword, the Chaos Eater, which is his primary weapon. In addition to that, you get guns, you get angelic weapons, you get demon weapons. You have a horn that you blow that knocks enemies back. Really, there's just a ton of different weapons that at your disposal, and when all else fails, you know, picking up a car and just dropping it on a guy's head is pretty cool. Ruin is War's powerful supernatural steed. He's not a typical horse. You can summon him, unsummon him, and you can fight from horseback. You can use your sword, you can use guns, you can just trample smaller enemies. War's main adversaries in the game are the demons that serve as the army of the Destroyer, who's this mysterious enemy that's sort of surfaced. There's a band of angels that are also fighting the Destroyer, so he'll have to deal with the angels in addition to the demons as well. The cool thing about Darksiders is that it looks like the most crazy, over-the-top combat game on the surface, but really, at its core, it's an adventure game. So we really merged these two elements together to create a new game. It's got like all the cinematic action of the best combat games with the, you know, just exploration, puzzle solving. Every character is huge, the weapons are huge, the monsters are huge. I think that lends itself to the big, epic scope of the game. I'm Joe Madureira. I'm the creative director at Vigil Games. A couple years back, we founded Vigil and we wanted to work on an action-adventure game. We knew we wanted to go darker, a little more mature, and the idea of the Four Horsemen just came up and everyone latched onto it, got very excited about it. We had the setting, we had the story, and we had a game. As a kid, growing up, one of the things I loved drawing the most was monsters. It's like I was attracted to mythology because of creatures like Medusa and Pegasus, and just fantasy creatures have inspired me since I was little. Of all the Darksiders characters, I have to say War was the most challenging. Not surprisingly, he's the main character. We sort of fought with gameplay versus what we felt like the character should do. You know, is he more like a ninja or is he more like a barbarian? Early on, he didn't have a hood, and then we gave him the hood and he had mystery, but now you couldn't see his face. And so we had to like fight these battles. He had hair, he had no hair, he had a cape at one time. He's constantly involved throughout the entire process. One of the other characters that I think I personally struggled with was Ruin, who's the horse. Horses are really hard to do. First of all, I hate drawing horses. I just stink at it. And the thing about horses, they look kind of odd from certain angles. And so we had to create this horse that was somehow much cooler than an actual horse. We wanted to make Ruin bigger and more powerful than any horse could possibly be. He had to look like a weapon, basically. Something like this. I think film directors have influenced me. What I love about movies is the cinematography, and I think a lot of the shots, a lot of the edits and things like that. It's all stuff that became suddenly more important to me once we started working on the cutscenes. It's like, oh wow, let me watch that movie again, because I'm pretty sure there's a better shot we could use for this moment. Drawing influence from movies helped keep Darksiders feeling cinematic and epic.